Hi everyone, how's it going? I'm Zain. I'm a second year Bright Star at Deloitte. I'm currently pursuing my ACA qualification in the Audit and Assurance Apprenticeship. I'm also a passionate flyer. I'm currently pursuing my flying license, the PPL, and hopefully after my apprenticeship is done in 2027, I should also be a private pilot. As well as this, I'm also very passionate about physical pursuits. I currently pursue boxing, football, cricket, and tennis. And one of my childhood passions is public speaking and helping and advising others to achieve their goals. Now, the final year of A-levels, I was looking at my future prospects. I was naturally quite good at logical-based subjects such as mathematics and physics, so I knew it would be something along those lines that I'd pursue post-year 13. I was actually advised by someone to look into accountancy, and the ACA, being one of the strongest qualifications you can have in the world of finance, was an area I was naturally drawn towards. Now, funny enough, the person who actually advised me to look towards accountancy was a degree apprentice in one of the big four, pursuing the ACA qualification. And that introduced me to the world of apprenticeships. Accountancy as an apprentice just naturally made sense to me because number one, you'd be doing the same exams as a graduate would be doing, the 15 ACA. You'd be getting work experience, especially at a big four, working with some of the world's biggest clients, FTSE 100 companies, building connections. As well as this, all your qualifications are paid for and you get paid at the same time to work and learn, plus you have no debt. These are some of the reasons that inclined me to pursue apprenticeships as opposed to university. One area I really enjoy about my apprenticeship is the ability to work with some of the world's biggest companies, FTSE 100 giants, companies that are leaders in their industry. And not only these companies, you also get the chance to work with the CFOs, the senior management, global finance managers of these companies. It allows you to learn from them, allows you to get advice from people at the top of their careers. And this also helps you grow as an individual and helps you progress in your own career. One aspect of apprenticeships which sets it apart is the ability to apply what you learn straight away. Now, studying for my exams, I could learn a accountancy terminology or an accountancy technique, such as depreciation. And the next day I can speak to my manager and ask to be allocated a task which involves depreciation. So not only have I learned the theoretical part of it, but now I've also applied it. And that helps you master these skills much quicker than just learning it off a book. Another area of an apprenticeship I enjoy the most is the freedom to pursue my own hobbies. Now, I know that sounds completely opposite to what you may have heard about apprenticeships, about the stigma of apprentices not having a life. But that's completely opposite of the reality. In fact, pursuing an apprenticeship has allowed me to finance my own flight training. It's allowed me to visit countries which I normally wouldn't visit on business trips. As well as this, invest into my own prospects I want to pursue in the future. An apprentice, you're not expected to be perfect, right? Even in the interviews that you're doing for your apprenticeship or the assessment centers that you go to, the employers, the people who are interviewing, know that, you're not perfect, no one's perfect. So having that extra burden in the back of your mind that everything you do has to be perfect. If a video that you're recording is not perfect, then it has to be deleted. That's something that you need to understand, that nobody's perfect. We're not looking for anyone who's perfect. We're looking for people who have potential, who show potential. Potential that can be drawn out of someone, even if it's not there at the beginning. The final thing I'll say is practice makes perfect. Now, nearly coming up to 2 years as an apprentice at Deloitte, having done 8 of my 15 exams, there are areas that I'm not good at. There are areas that I struggle at, but that doesn't mean I let it discourage myself. There's a very famous saying, fail, fail again, fail better. As an apprentice, you need to understand this and apply it. The first time you did an interview, the first time I did an interview, it wasn't perfect. I remember stuttering in my first interview. I remember saying something which I cringed at later on. And that's completely fine. You learn from your mistakes, right? You learn from what went wrong and you improve it the next time. That's how everything is in life. Especially as an apprentice, the first time you do an interview, it's not going to be perfect. The first time you do an online assessment, you are going to make mistakes. But that doesn't mean you just shy away from it and just tell yourself that it's not possible. Because the minute you tell yourself that it's not possible, you've lost the battle. That's as straightforward as it gets. So as an apprentice, something I wish I was told at the beginning was practice makes perfect, and failure, you actually learn more from failure than you do from success. And this is a motto you should apply everywhere in life, not even in apprenticeships, even in your normal daily life.